So this will be a quick update of this weird problem that I've got here that I found. So that little light that's on right there is the automatic transmission fault light. That's only supposed to come on when the ignition is on. You see, I turn on the ignition, turns off. So that light comes on the second that I connect the battery, which that's not supposed to be the case. So I was thinking that I had a problem with the ECU, which would have been worst case scenario because those are like $700-800. So I pulled out the ECU, pulled it apart, didn't see anything that was inherently wrong with it on the circuit board side of it, just because given the fact that, you know, that instrument cluster is totally messed up on the inside. But I was checking power here. So pin 35 and pin 18 are supposed to be power from the main relay. And those are only supposed to be turned on when you have the ignition turned on. So when I pulled out the voltmeter here, hooked up to pin 35 and one of the grounds, which was, I don't know, one of these down here. So I hooked up to a ground, and I had constant voltage when the battery was connected, but there was no key in the ignition. Same thing for 18. So then I turned on the ignition, and I lost power at 35 and 18, and I didn't have any, I don't think I had grounds here at 16 and 17, which were supposed to be there, but I lost those too. So I was thrown for a loop as to what was going on there. And the number one thing you check with an old BMW is the main relay, which is right here. And I don't know if you guys can get some focus on it here. But there's a part number on there, and that part number is 56006-707. Looked like a newer relay to me, and I was thoroughly confused as to what was going on here because, like I said, that fault light is not supposed to be on at any point in time until the ignition turns on, and you're not supposed to have power here. Turns out that relay, if you run those numbers, is a relay for a Chrysler product, and it's a normal 5-pin relay. So I finally figured out what was happening is when you connect the power, it's energizing the relay, and it's switching between terminal 87 or 87A, which is then essentially turning the ECU on immediately as soon as you connect battery to it. And then because of that, as soon as you turn the key, it's switching from 87 to 87A, or back in whichever one is connected to power currently. And then it is essentially turning the ECU off the second you turn the key on. So that's one reason that this thing won't start. Another reason is over here that I found. So these are your reference sensors. They have to be good to turn it over. They're down there in the transmission. They read off the flywheel. I went to go ohm them out yesterday, make sure they're good. And, yeah, there's that. Not good. It also ohmed out bad, so it's entirely possible that this was the reason that the car wasn't starting in the first place, and then while somebody was messing with it, they replaced that relay and made the problem worse. So I got to order 2 reference sensors, and I ordered a main relay, the correct one, and we'll go from there. So I will talk to you guys later.